Hi, folks. Welcome. My name is Robbie, and I budget my paychecks here in YNAB, or You Need a Budget. Um, Now, before I get started, I just wanted to thank the folks who have been subscribing. I just looked the other day, and I'm up to 78 subscribers. I'm amazed that many people want to watch me budget my money. I'm not very interesting, but let me get started. Now this week I'm budgeting $350. So far my age of money since I've started over has gotten up to 13 days. Now I don't put a lot of stock into age of money. It's just a random number up there. I would turn it off, but it's nice to see, I guess. Now I'm going to start with my tithe. Now 10% would be $35. I'm going to go ahead and put $30 into my regular tithe, and I'm going to add $5 to my Christmas offering. Now let me start. That's going to leave me with $315 to budget. Now, as far as I know, everything is taken care of here in January, but I may need to gas up again before the end of the month. So I'm going to come down and I'm just going to put let me see, I'm trying to think. I'll put another $30 in gas. I always forget that plus sometimes. I'm going to put another $30 in gas. That'll leave me with $285. Now I'm going to skip over here to February, and I went a little backwards. I had to do some whamming to cover something that I needed to order, but I'm going to go ahead and get as far through this as I can, and I may just adjust some goals for next month. So let me start with personal care. What I might actually do is I may not budget personal care this month because I've got it's not something I budget for anyway, so I may wait until I'm further in the month to need to do anything with that. So for now I'm just going to delete this goal. I'm going to leave health and wellness. That's going to be 15 to health and wellness. Now, healthcare out of pocket, I've already budgeted. Haircut, I'm actually probably not going to have time to get a haircut before the end of the month. So I'm going to take this dollar back out and I'm just going to let that roll over at the end of the month. And I'm going to skip on down to dining out. I'm going to go ahead and fund that completely, along with my fast food, snacks, and family breakfast. Come down here and I redid this. I went back and changed this goal where I'd be putting in $50 a month, so I'm going to do that for underfunded. My taxes, I need to, that's set at $150, so, and I need $1567. Now this constantly changes, so I may be adjusting that goal and having to kick in some more next week. Now I'm not going to, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to remove this goal for the Roth IRA just for now, because anything I put in there is going to be just, I guess, voluntary right now until I get a new job and start and increase my pay, or as they say, get a bigger shovel. Let me refresh and take a closer look at what I've got. Alright, that shows me right now is underfunded is $32.95. Like I said, I'm not going to do the haircut right now because more than likely this money is going to roll over. So that leaves me somewhere the $12.95, and I'm just going to wait because I did the Canva Pro, but I've barely used it. So I'm going to give it another month before I move it on up in with the rest of my subscriptions. So that leaves me with $90.79. In anticipation of next month, I'm going to stick $90 of that into gas, and I'm just going to go back and stick this other 79 cents into my spare change, my change jar, if I can find it. Now that technically I'm not exactly done with February because of the $32.95, but those are a couple things I'm uncertain about. If I don't get a haircut next week, this is just going to roll over and take care of that. Now, on my job, I just today submitted paperwork for the initial background check with ATF and request for temporary eligibility. They led me to believe that I could hopefully be starting within a couple weeks. That's not the company I'm going to be, the government contractor with themselves. That was the technical recruiter, the quote temp agency. And I mean, they're very thorough, but I believe the person that told me 2 weeks might have been not very well informed. I mean, from what I'm reading, this process could take months. So I may not have the job. I don't know. It was a tentative offer. I got a little bit more excited, I guess, than I should have. I did, like I said, I sent off all my paperwork today through FedEx. I don't know how long this is going to take. Now, this is not like an EQIP or an SF-86. It was just an initial security package for the ATF. I guess that, will determine whether or not they want to grant me temporary eligibility. I guess if they granted me temporary eligibility, then later I would go through the full investigation for public trust clearance. But I've decided that I'm going to give it 2 weeks, not necessarily 2 weeks to start, but 2 weeks just to receive some more information. And if I don't have any kind of rock solid information, I'm just going to start. I'm going to press play again on the active job search. I put a pause in it, the last few days, but like I say, if you want to just keep your fingers crossed for me, that something good comes up. I have applied for a few jobs, but I haven't heard anything back. And most of what I'm applying for is all basically tier 1 entry-level IT positions. I really kind of got to start over at the bottom, because basically for 20 years I've just kind of been stagnant, and in the IT world, I don't have all the qualifications I need to move up. But getting my foot in the door, and then I'll work on that. Main thing is I need a job, and I need so that I can have a bigger shovel to dig myself out of the hole I have with my student loans. But that's pretty much it. Like I say, if you can, just keep your fingers crossed for me. And I will see you next week. Thank you again for watching.